What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Well, let's get back here on Madden 26 here for another realistic rebuild, and today we got to do the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are known for having a really good offense, but their quarterback hasn't been able to really stay healthy consistently, and of course, one of the worst defenses known to man. So we got to fix that. Let's go ahead and jump into a Cincinnati Bengals realistic rebuild in Madden 26. I am recording this immediately after Chargers and Eagles Monday Night Football, and what an ugly game that was, but man, was it somewhat fun. If you had Hurts in fantasy, you're probably not feeling too good, but that's all besides the point. We're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals at the moment. So 4-9 on the season. They just lost to the Buffalo Bills in brutal fashion. They actually had a chance to win that game, and then Joe Burrow throws back-to-back interceptions, one of them being a nasty pick six by Christian Benford. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and select the rest of year number one. Obviously, we know kind of what the Bengals story is. As I mentioned, Joe Burrow just came back from injury a couple weeks ago, which is nice to have him back. There's a lot to like on this offense, and then defensively, we all kind of know what it is. It's just not great at all. So we got to fix that, address the defense as much as we possibly can in this video, and make sure we also build an O-line while we're at it too. That's one problem with the Bengals offense that could be improved, but you have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Chase Brown, Joe Burrow. That's enough for a good offense, but we got to make sure the offensive line works too. So let's go ahead and get into the offseason, because this team more than likely is not making the playoffs. I don't think they're mathematically eliminated yet, but they're probably not getting there, obviously. So at the end of the season, we did finish up at 6-11, and the Patriots beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. So Stafford won MVP. Coach here goes to Vrabel. Offensive player to Jonathan Taylor. Myles Garrett is your DPOY. Ashton Jeanty is your offensive rookie of the year, and Carson Schlesinger is your defensive rookie of the year. And Drake May and the Patriots get another Super Bowl as Drake May wins Super Bowl MVP. So let's take a look at the stats. Offensively, 22nd in the NFL. And if you know anything about the Bengals playbook, you know how good it is. So I do expect this team to be really good next year, as long as Burrow is throwing the football. But 15-3 from Joe Burrow this season, 849 yards and 3 touchdowns from Chase Brown. Jamar Chase with 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. Higgins with 12 with 900. Yosha Vaz with 4 touchdowns and 678. Defensively, of course, is where our main focus will be. This and the offensive line is going to be the thing we'll be prioritizing this offseason. So let's just, without further ado, get straight to the offseason. $108 million to work with. So let's go see if we can make sure this team is on the right path as far as resigning stage starts with that. We'll start with that first. Hendrickson does feel like he is not going to be back on this team. That's just my guess and my gut feeling. We obviously had kind of some weird negotiations the entire offseason, and then they gave him like a 1-year deal, and that was it. So I do feel like Hendrickson's probably going to walk this offseason, is my guess. Maybe the Bengals don't let him, but that's just my gut feeling right now. So Dax Hill and Cam Taylor-Britt, I mean, they are solid corners, so I wouldn't mind keeping the corner room as much as possible, because they're all young, so I do think they could develop nicely in Madden at least. And I've gotten Dax Hill in a few videos before, and he's turned out pretty good, so I'm actually going to keep both those guys. Geno Stone, I'm going to let go, though. Noah Fant, I'm going to let go, and I'm going to let the rest of these guys walk, I believe. So we're going to let the rest of these guys go, but let's go ahead and get into stage one and take a look at kind of our healthy lineup on what we truly need, even though we kind of already know what it is. We definitely need to get upgrades on defense and then O-line. Basically, we kind of already know that, but I just wanted to make sure we dive in. So you have Amarius Mims and then Fairchild. I know Mims is younger, like probably, maybe, I don't even know what year he's in, and Fairchild's young too. So at least we have a couple of young offensive linemen. I know Orlando Brown's older, so definitely. And then Mario Mims is 23. So yeah, right tackle and left guard. I'd feel comfortable starting them potentially going forward, because they could develop for us. So I don't think I'm gonna do anything on offense other than that. Defensively, we did bring in some corners. So yeah, and DJ Turner's up to a superstar dev, so Madden does us a favor by giving us that. And you do have a couple things here, but all in all, we still know we need to attack the defense heavily, so let's go make sure we do that. But Shamar Stewart and Knight are the rookies from last year, and then I think this is Boo Carter, or Barrett Carter, sorry, 23 years old. So there's some young players in this team that will develop potentially, but enough yapping. Let's hit up free agency. I do have 4 offers going on right now with Jaquan Brisker. I'm really hoping we land, because that would be a really nice strong safety to have. But the Patriots and Niners are also in on him. There's some interest from him coming over to this team, though. Also going after Poona Ford, Rasheed Walker, and Arnold. I don't think we're getting Rasheed Walker based off the interest level, but Arnold has interest in coming here, so I do think we're getting him. And Poona Ford, I think we might land as well. Brisker, I got my fingers crossed on him. I would really love to add him to this team to get our strong safety taken care of. Fingers crossed. of course we didn't get him. So Brisker, I think that's twice now in videos that he has not chosen to come over to the team I'm using, which really sucks. But that's at least a couple of additions. So you do have a couple of defensive upgrades, I guess, or defensive additions, I should say. But we'll definitely still be focused. And then we do need to still bring in O-linemen no matter what. So we got Arnold, and then we got Shamar Stewart, who are going to start opposite of each other. Brought in Puna Ford. So at least you have something going on with the defense. Need another linebacker. I really wish Jaquan Brisker would have chosen us. I feel okay at corner. Like, these guys will be fine starters for next year. Battle, I guess, will be fine as a starting safety, but we still need a man. Brisker, I hate you for not choosing us, but let's keep looking because I don't want to enter the draft with this many holes still left. And I just think we need, I mean, Quentin Lake is someone I've been signing every video, but he's been here, man. So like, I really don't want to go in the draft worrying about strong safety. I could go after somebody different, but he's got no offers right now, man. I think we got to go with him. Brisker, hate you for not choosing us, but we do need to bring in a strong safety. So that's one less thing we have to worry about in the draft. I'm also going to just go after Taylor Moton as well. I mean, he's 32 years old, but he would be a starter for us, obviously, day one. No surprise there. We'd maybe move Mims inside if he would choose us, but we do have the Patriots in on him as well, so I don't know if he's going to end up choosing us. So, fingers crossed, we get Moton and Lake here. And we do get Moton, so that's big. So, at least we get a competent offensive lineman in free agency so we can take the rest of what we need into the draft. So, I'll be happy with that. So, I'm going to move Mims to right guard, so that's going to fix that problem. So, I guess we'll move the younger guy inside. We still need a center as well. And I would not be opposed to still taking a tackle in the first round. Like, Orlando Brown is older, so if we got like the Miami tackle in front of us in the draft, I might go with that. Defensively, we do bring in Quentin Lake, who's coming off an injury. But overall, I do feel like we have starters everywhere, but that still doesn't feel like enough. Like, we didn't do enough to address this defense. So definitely need to bring in an impactful player on defense as well. So offensive line, defense, it continues to be the theme of what we're going for this offseason. We did a couple of those things, but not enough. Wow, this is a tough decision to make here. So we can take one of the legit offensive tackles, or we could take the Ohio State linebacker, or we could take Caleb Downs. Wow. I mean, this is tough, but I do think defense is the main thing we need. Orlando Brown could at least play a little bit longer. Defense is something we need, and I think Caleb Downs would be a home run. We have, obviously, Geno Stone there right now, but this one I don't think I can pass up. Caleb Downs could definitely help our defense quite a bit, so I do think this is the right pick. Although those tackles were tempting as well, Caleb Downs to me was the right pick here. So hopefully we can make up for offensive line maybe in round 2. Still want to be opposed to defense, obviously, in round 2. So, but yeah, I feel like we had to go Caleb Downs at round 1 there. So I do think I'm going to go ahead and take a center here in round 2. We got, I don't know how to say his last name because obviously you got nothing but hashtags there, but out of Oregon, he seems like a solid pass protector. We need a center really badly. So 133 in true value, draft at 41, but he is going to be hidden dev at the very least. So at least we get the hidden dev trade out of him. I will say Jeremiah Love was still on the board, so that was pretty tempting, not going to lie, but don't think Love would fall to round 2. I think he more than likely goes round 1 in this draft class, but for whatever reason, he falls to round 2 every time, it feels like, which is weird. This guy was on the board in round 2, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take him in round 3. Let's add another edge rusher to this team. Danny Dennis Sutton, welcome to the team. 59 true value, drafted at 73. And then what I would like to do is hopefully in round 4 get a linebacker, because we could use one. I've passed on the opportunity to take a few, and I've, could maybe make up for it here if there is an option, which right now I don't think there really is at the moment. So there may not be a good linebacker to take. We do have a Sam linebacker in Lander Barton, which actually I just had him in the previous video, I think, and he ended up being like, or he ended up developing into a star dev, but we still don't have anybody there. So I still think I'm going to come down the board and draft him here in round 4. So feels like a bad pick, but we need a starter there, and I'm still very happy with that. So not a great end of the draft necessarily, but I do think we did a couple of good things this offseason to be happy about. But definitely still need to do more. But more than likely, Bengals Playbook is going to help us big time, and we'll still probably make the playoffs in year 1. At least that's my guess, but we'll see. So here's what the lineup is looking like going into year number 1, or I guess this is going to be year 2 technically. So we do have another wide receiver in the building with Yoshavaz and are also here. So I do think we might be I think we should probably just go ahead and start this hidden dev wide receiver, right, at slot over Yoshavaz right now. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we'll make that happen because might as well, since he's going to have the hidden or the star dev. And Gesicki, of course, is still going to be the tight end. We have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, P. Ryan. So that's not changing anything. The center is going to be starting at 72 overall. We brought in Taylor Moden. So you have that. Defensively, Caleb Downs was such a big addition. And like I said, Barton at least is going to be competent at that Sam spot. And Dennis Sutton was actually better than what we had right now. I guess Shamar Stewart is also on the bench at the moment, which I wouldn't mind starting him over Arnold if needed. So we'll go for something like that. So I'm going to leave the playbooks the same because, like I said, Bengals offensive playbook is usually really good. So I'm expecting good things here. So let's go ahead, similar to the end of year 2. And let's see if this team finds their way back to the postseason for the first time in I don't even know how long. It's been a while, though. I know that. Well, I will say I was anticipating making the playoffs pretty early in this video, but that is not what went down here. We actually finished up at 7-10, and despite Joe Burrow throwing for 5,400 yards, it did not matter. He threw 32 touchdowns. Jamar Chase had 1,600 yards. Only 5 touchdowns, though, unfortunately. But we did not make the playoffs. We went 7-10. So that's not good. That's not what you want to see. I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals would be quite tired of that, especially if he played all 18 games and they still missed the playoffs. So not good. So let's go see what happened and what went wrong there, because assuming our defense maybe held us back, because our offense was probably good considering it's the Bengals playbook, but defensively, we may not have it all figured out yet, which would add up, right? So offensively, yeah, first in the NFL. So that's what you'd want to see. Defensively, 32nd, 23rd. I guess it's an improvement in a way. So 32-12 from Joe Burrow, 13 touchdowns, 600 yards from Chase Brown. Jamar Chase, 5 touchdowns. Coleman, wow, he had a damn good season playing in the slot, 11 touchdowns. So he might unlock superstar dev right away. So that would give us a really good wide receiver trio there. Defensively, this is just still not enough. Dennis Sutton was pretty good in his rookie season, so at least we have that. Putting forward for agency edition was pretty good. Arnold was pretty good. Knight was solid. So not too discouraged by that, at least. I do think if you just change the defensive playbook, we'd probably be in the playoffs right now. I would guess. That's just my guess, but I do think adding a little bit more doesn't hurt either. So we do have the Eagles and the Patriots who met up in the Super Bowl. Let's see what we got going on here. So Turner's a free agent. I mean, he jumped up to superstar dev, so I'd like to keep him if I can. He is going to stick around, so that's big. We do have Amarius Mims, who is a 5th-year option, which I'll go ahead and accept. Jordan Battle, I'm going to let go. Chase Brown, he went up to star dev, which is nice, so I'm going to definitely keep him if we can. He's been really good running back for the Bengals, but he is going to hit free agency, so that's going to be very interesting to kind of see how that's going to go. But I'm not going to franchise tag him. Brown can walk. Yoshi Vosh can go now, so we may need a new running back. So maybe drafting Jeremiah Love wouldn't have been the worst thing last year, but unfortunately I didn't pull the trigger. But we have a little bit of money to spend, so we'll see if we can do anything in free agency. But I do want to see if we have... I know we need a running back now, obviously. You could argue that maybe we could use a tight end. And look, Kevin Coleman is really good right now. So we do need a tackle, which I'll definitely look for, in some way. So a tackle and a running back, but our wide receiver trio is damn good, so that's good. Tight end Gesicki. Like, we could go get a new tight end, but I feel like we have enough on offense already as it is, and Gesicki's fine. Defensively, Barton went up to star dev just like he did in the last one. I would have loved to have seen Caleb Downs go up to star dev. We didn't quite get that, though. So I would like to bring one impactful player in free agency in some way, or just one impactful player in the defense in general. So if we could do that, I'd feel good, and then obviously get as much as we can on offense with a tackle and a running back if possible. So right now, I did cut BJ Hill because I am selling out for Brian Branch. He more than likely is not going to come here, but, I guess we're not even able to offer him that much money. But yeah, more than likely, he's not going to choose to come here. He has no interest in coming to the Bengals, but at least got to give it a shot. So we're up there, so maybe we find a way to get him. We're over, so we're just, fighting with the Cardinals. I'm also after Chase Brown to bring him back, obviously, so... I don't know, man. If Brian Branch and Caleb Downs was our safety duo going forward, I feel pretty good about that. But it looks like the Cardinals may get him. Let's see. Did offer him a lot of money, and he did not choose us. That sucks. So we do get Chase Brown back, hopefully. Yeah, so that's done. That's taken care of. You do have like DeForest Buckner here and Tyreek Hill. So there is some good players here. Maybe I just go after Brian O'Neill and just sell out draft capital wise and just trade for somebody. I don't know, just thinking about it, but we probably should just draft at the end of the day, right? So I don't think I'm going to sign anybody else. We're going to hit up the draft. We'll hit what we can in the draft. We'll have another good pick here, so more than likely we'll be able to land a stud defensive player or whatever it may be, and then a tackle, and I think we'll be good. Although, would have been really nice to add Brian Branch. Would have been awesome. So I'm kind of torn on who I want to take here in round 1. I'm looking at Sammy Brown out of Clemson. I feel like we're okay at linebacker. I mean, we do have starters everywhere, basically. I also was debating on just taking a tackle here in round 1. Penn State Anthony, I don't know how to say his last name, but just get that taken care of out of the way and get yourself a really good offensive lineman. It's probably the best way to go about this. So I am going to go ahead and take Anthony here in round 1. He is going to be 34 in true value, drafted 11, so it's an A+ pick. So it looks like he'll be a really good starter. That was the main weakness of our team, is obviously protecting Joe Burrow there. So I do feel okay about that, although there was some guys I was considering there, but I feel okay with that selection. So because we have Joe Burrow and we have not made the playoffs as of late, I do think the Bengals could maybe make a desperality move here. And I'm looking at Minkah Fitzpatrick as a superstar dev, 30 years old. So he's still going to be a solid player, and I want to bring in an impactful player. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick on a budget would be able to do that for us. So I'm willing to trade my second round pick if this is even close to a deal. So him and Caleb Downs would be a nice duo. I know we have Quentin Lake, but I think him and Caleb Downs in the back would be really nice to have together. And this isn't even close. So actually this plan might be folded already. So yeah, never mind. We're good on this then. So that wasn't even close to being accepted. So let's just draft. That was just an idea I had in my head, but man, that didn't go far at all. So I'm considering just taking Lawson Lucky here out of Georgia then at this point. So I was going to go ahead and try to bring in somebody, but not really getting that impactful defensive player that I really wanted. I will say Brian Branch was the guy we tried to sell out for, but at least we're going to be upgrading our tight end with Gesicki still there. So our offense should still be absolutely elite, obviously. So that's nice. But yeah, first 2 picks were taken with offense. And yeah, defensively, we added Caleb Downs, which was nice. So we do have, I don't know how to say his name, but I definitely think I might just go ahead and take him here as well. Just keep adding some more defensive players. He's got elite speed, and he actually doesn't have, never mind. Never mind. I was about to say something, but that's not true. Elite speed though. So I'm going to take him here in round 3, and he is going to be hitting dev 88 speed. So that is a really solid player we brought in at the very least. So let's go ahead and get to the end of this draft. And what we'll do is look at this lineup, and we may look at the trade deadline to make some kind of aggressive trade if we are good, because I do want to upgrade this defense. So maybe Dallas Cowboys style where they trade for Quinnen Williams. Maybe we do something similar to that, but we'll have to see if that makes sense for us at the deadline. So here's what things are looking like now. So Lucky and I forgot how to say it's Anthony. I was going to say, I don't know how to say his last name, but I forgot what his first name was. But Anthony and Lawson Lucky are going to be the new starters on this offense. So we're expecting big things out of this offense once again. I mean, the wide receiver we got went up to superstar dev in 1 year. Defensively, we added another edge rusher. So we do have depth at edge rusher for days, but I still, like I have mentioned, would like to bring in another player on this defense to kind of lead things here. So the one thing I'm going to do to try to help this defense along is I am going to go ahead and change the defensive playbook. And like I said, one playbook I always have, success with when it comes to playing 4-3 is Sean McDermott's for some reason, which probably because he was a defensive-minded coach. But yeah, that's what I'm going to run. And we're going to leave the Bengals playbook, obviously. So let's get into year 3. If we are good, I promise you will see me at the deadline trying to bring in a defensive monster if we can. So we are indeed at the trade deadline as we're 5-2 on the season. So things are going well as I expected. And I am looking to bring in a player that's going to upgrade this defense as I've kept promising. So I kind of know where I want to go with this. And I know we have a lot of depth at edge rusher, but we don't have like a premium pass rusher. And that's where I want to go with this. I think Lake is a fine starter. I think Downs is a fine starter. The corners are fine as well. So I'm thinking edge rusher. You could argue maybe linebacker upgrade wouldn't be bad either, but I think the most important thing on defense is getting after the quarterback. And the Raiders continue to be bad. So I am considering Max Crosby. This is 3 years down the line now. So you would think that maybe it would be finally time for the Raiders to be like, okay, we'll trade Max Crosby away. So that is what I'm going to try to do here. So if we can bring in Crosby off the Raiders, I think that would be awesome. What is his overall now? He's a 97, 30 years old. He's got 3 years left in his contract. So yeah, I'm all in on this. So we're going to give them our first round pick and our first round pick next year, because this is what you have to give up for an edge rusher like this. And I'm going to throw in one of our young edge rushers, because we have a lot of depth. So this should be a trade I think they'd be willing to accept. So we go Arnold, or do we go Shamar Stewart? I'm going to go Arnold is 28, so I do think it'd have to be somebody different. Or we could trade our rookie as well. I mean, I guess considering we're getting Max Crosby, I think this would be a solid offer. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. So I'm going to go ahead and give them, don't know how to say his name, but 22-year-old with 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby, 97 overall. Give us an impactful player in this defense. And they watch. If I remove if I remove the player, I bet they accept it. No, actually, I was wrong. Never mind. That bet was totally wrong. Okay, so maybe I have to throw in more. Maybe I just can't get this to happen. So if I have to throw in more than this, we may have to go to a different plan. So I'll throw my second in and my first. Or, sorry, I removed. Okay, first, second, I already threw that in there. And let's throw our other first, 29 first. Okay, so this is what my offer is. And, wow, still not even close. Quite surprised about it. All right, so I guess if it's not Crosby, we'll try for somebody else. Would the Giants trade Brian Burns? That's the other guy we're going to go after. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this first and keep it at this. So would they do it for just this? I don't know. So let's offer it, see what they say. They don't agree. So I do think that other first has to be in here. Man, trading for a pass rusher is a lot harder than I thought it would be at the deadline. Oh my gosh, we're so close. Do I do this? I think we do. I think we go all in. I mean, we're already here, so might as well do it. And they do agree. So we get Brian Burns. Honestly, a lot more than I would want to give up. I would have rather have done that for Max Crosby, and I do think the Raiders would probably accept that, but unfortunately Madden could not get it to go through. But we do have that player we needed on defense with Brian Burns, so Burns is a great addition. I think that's kind of what we needed for the most part in this defense, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. X Factor edge rusher, go after the quarterback. Hopefully he's the right guy we needed, and I will see you guys at the end of the year. So we have gone all in. So hopefully we continue to make the playoffs and go on a deep run here, because we have traded everything to make it happen. So we did go ahead and win the division, which is at least a good sign there. Don't get like a bye or anything. We do have Point of Ford hurt, but the Steelers have Orlando Brown, Alex Highsmith, and Kobe Bryant, I believe that was out. So Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow still continue to be top 3 there, which is nice. Hopefully Brian Burns was really good for us because we gave up a lot to get him. So let's look at the stats. So offensively, still a top offense, and defensively, did we get better there? No, not really. We actually kind of stayed the same, which kind of sucks to see. But yeah, 38-7 from Joe Burrow, 12 touchdowns, 500 yards from Chase Brown. Yeah, 1,300 yards, 1,100 yards, 900 yards, and then Lucky with 690. Vele even got involved a little bit too. Isaac Brown, and then Chase Brown as well with 1 receiving touchdown. So nothing too crazy here. And then defensively, Brian Burns did have 13 sacks. So at least we got a lot of sack production. We got that at least. So Puna Ford, Dennis Sutton, and Brian Burns at least got off the quarterback. So at least we'll take that. And then 4 interceptions, 2, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So, all right. Well, we get to play our fellow division rival, the Steelers, in round 1 in wildcard weekend here. So we are looking for a deep playoff run. So let's see if we can get that. We have done a lot to get here, so hopefully we can finally make it happen. Here we are at Paycor Stadium at home. We are playing our division rival, like I mentioned, with the Steelers, and we are going to go up 7-0, and they do get a field goal, and they are going to take they kick another field goal. We still have the lead, but we score again, 14-6. That's a good score. We needed that to give us a little bit of separation by 8 points here. Would have loved another touchdown, but the Steelers are going to come tie it in the 4th. And now we have the ball with 2 minutes and 39 seconds left. We take the 3-point lead, and the Steelers miss a field goal with Spencer Schrader. So by the skin of our teeth, we are going to get out of here alive. So 17-14 beating the Steelers. I wonder who their starting quarterback was. I actually have no idea. Was it like DJ Lagway or something? It was Garrett Nussmeier. Okay. So, yeah, Joe Burrow's not his best game by any means, but we do get out of here. It was 2 LSU quarterbacks going at it, but we got out of here, so that's good. Let's go get to divisional weekend. We got to be better in the next one. So now we're back at home here again. This time it's going to be the New York Jets. It looks like it might be snowing, or is it just like white as hell on the screen for some reason? Or I guess it's just really cold out. Maybe it is snow. There's a little bit of snow on the floor or on the ground. So snowy environment in Cincinnati. We start off with a stop and we go up 7-0. So a good start, but the Jets do respond with a touchdown. All right, we got the ball here, and the Jets are going to go up 10-7. I need a touchdown, Joe Burrow. We get one. There we go. 21-10 would look beautiful, but it's going to be 17-14 instead. All right, we get the ball here in the 4th, and we are going to take the lead 17-21. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left to put this game away from our own 1-yard line. So I'm trying to get us to the AFC Championship game. So let's go ahead and see if I can't make that happen. So we are on our own 1-yard line, so a little bit of scary stuff right now. I would love to just take a gamble on getting... Actually, can I just run this straight? Nope, I guess we're going to go to the right. Okay, okay. So we get out of there, at least. Get some space. 43 yards for Chase Brown today. But let's keep running the ball because I'd like some more space and not take a sack in this environment right now. So let's keep it going. Good blocks. And we are going to be 1 yard away from a first down. Okay. I'm going to go play action here. And we're going to just look for Chase Brown to get us a first down, hopefully. We'll see if he is left open. Oh my gosh. Yep, he's there. Okay, I had to get rid of that super quick. Stay in bounds as well. Keep this clock churning, so we're not going to go out of bounds there. And we do get out of the 1 yard line dilemma there. So that's good. Okay, so now we just need to make them burn those timeouts. We can get out of here with a 4-point win. And just like that, another good run by Chase Brown. And we are going to have another timeout by the Jets. So this is looking good. Just keep this momentum up. One more timeout for them. And if we can get a first down after that, they do have the 2-minute warning as well, not to mention. So they still have 2 stops left. And again, nice blocks. And we are going to get 4 yards there. Okay. And I honestly wouldn't mind making this like a 3rd and 1 and trying to get 1 yard on 2 plays, because then that would be game. So let's see, though, if we can get more than that. Not going to get a lot here this time. So they absolutely box us there. And we get an injury timeout. So that kind of sucks. Okay. So that stops the clock. So we're going to go for the first down here. We're not going to play scared in this situation. We're going to try to get the first down pickup. So let's see if I can't make that happen. And T. Higgins, I think, is going to... He hung on to it. It is 4th and inches, though. Chase Brown got hurt, so I guess we'll substitute him. Do we punt this ball away, or do we just go for it? I think we go for this. Let's go win the damn game, right? We're going to take this 2-minute warning, talk about it, but we know what we're going to do. I think we got to sneak it. It's 4th and inches. We go tush push, whatever you want to call it, and hope it works out. That's what I'm going to do. Where do I find QB run? Player, Joe Burrow, read option. Just give me QB sneak. There it is. QB sneak. All right, give me QB sneak. And we'll get a first down, hopefully. They got nobody in the middle. Joe Burrow, if you do not get a first down here, then you're just, I don't know. Okay, that's game. Honestly, it was too easy. But all right, we get to know this bad boy out. We're headed to the AFC Championship game. A little bit scary stuff there, but we get out of here once again. And now for another divisional battle at home again. So we've hosted a playoff game in every single one of these, but we get the Baltimore Ravens coming to town. So this should be an interesting matchup. These two teams always have some interesting battles. We get a stop to start things off, and we are going to go up 3-0. But I would like to see touchdowns on this one, as we will see one here, 10-7. Get another stop. And okay, 53 seconds left in the second quarter from our own 27. I'm going to try to steal a touchdown here, man. Let's try to get a touchdown before this half is over. Or 3 would be fine too, but with this amount of offense we have, I'm going for 7 if I can. So, all right, that was a little bit of a scary throw, I'm not going to lie. But he does catch it. I'm actually surprised he hung on to that. But, okay, so that's going to bleed a little bit of clock, but that's okay. I don't want to leave them with any time, so that's fine. We can bleed some clock here. I'm just going to go... You know what? I'm going to give T. Higgins a chance one-on-one. Give me a PI. Probably should have done that earlier. 3rd and 3. Do not get the pass interference, but no harm, no foul. So we may just go 3 and out here, which would, I guess, be okay. So we're still going to go in with the lead at half. I'm just going to pick up a first down here with Brown. He is going to get the first down. I'll call timeout. We get the chains moved, which is good. And we are still going to try to... Yeah, at this point, we're probably just looking for a field goal right now. So let's just see if we can get that at the least right now. I'm going to just scramble this and do not fumble. Okay, so we're gonna call another timeout. 7 yards gain there. We need a little bit more to be in, actually a lot more to be in field goal range, but we'll see if we can get there. Hopefully. This is scary. Yeah, I shouldn't have thrown that. And I just threw a pick 6 before the half. That's awesome. All right, actually, it's gonna be tied at half because that was just a brutal decision by me. But whatever. It's fine, right? So we're up 17-10, so that's good. But the Ravens will come and tie it. And it is going to be 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Is that at their own 6, or is it from our own 6? Wow, I don't know what they did right now, but we have the ball on their side. So they did something wrong. Don't know what, but that's going to be a beautiful run by Chase Brown. And we could just hang on to this. We got another injury timeout. Oh, our offensive lineman's going down. That's great. Okay, so brutal interception by me earlier, but I'm going to make up for it with a touchdown here. I promise you that. T. Higgins, yep, easy. And does not quite get in, but he's not going to be at the 1. So Dylan Fairchild got hurt, so I guess we'll substitute him. But yeah, it's gonna go to the 2-minute warning, 17-17. So if we do score here, we're gonna give the Ravens time to go respond, but our defense is gonna step up. I just know it. So let's go ahead and just try to score here. Ravens have all 3 timeouts, so even if we wanted to bleed some clock, it wouldn't matter. All right, let's just get it in there, hopefully. Yep, and Brown's in. Okay, defense, I need you to come through. Let's see if they do. And they get an interception, or actually a fumble recovery. And they got the ball back somehow, and then we went up 27. Okay, well, that's going to be a ball game. That's all that matters. I threw a brutal pick, but no harm, no foul. We're going to the Super Bowl, which is awesome. 27-17 victory over the Ravens here. So we have made it all the way to the Super Bowl, which feels really good, but I would love to see us win it while we're here. As we get to play the Green Bay Packers, who are representing the NFC, we start off with a stop on defense, and we are going to go down and go up 3-0. Another stop on defense. Our defense is improved, but they do go up 7-3. Obviously, the Packers have themselves a pretty solid defense over there as well with Parsons and all that. And there are some good players over there, but we're going to go up 10-7. We have the ball with 5 minutes and 22 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. So let me see if I can't go put this game away with a nice touchdown drive. So we're going to come out here. Obviously, Parsons and McKinney on the other side. So we got to be careful where we place this ball. But I'm going to give T. Higgins a chance one-on-one with 21. And oh my gosh. That was on Nate Hobbs, I believe, and he had a chance at it, but he kind of drops it low-key. All right, Jamar Chase. Do they actually leave him wide open on this right side? I doubt it. I'm sure that, no, they are going to leave him open. So, going to give him a shot. He's going to hang on. He's going to break one tackle. McKinney is going to come over. So, yeah, I saw that all the way. Thankfully, that safety did not go over there. Okay, so that was a really nice first down pickup as we're looking to try to put this game away. They got press coverage over there on Jamar. I can't imagine they actually leave him one-on-one. No, but they do have 33 over there, so there's 2 guys. But Jamar Chase is going to still go over the top no matter what. Yep, he's a cheat code. All right. So, yeah, we're down to their 8-yard line. So we can make this a 10-point game, which would be, honestly, really nice, obviously, in the fourth quarter here. So let's see if we can't punch this in for a touchdown as far as we've gotten right now. All right, let's see what we got here. So they're going to bring pressure. So I'm just going to go underneath, and he is not. Oh, he's in. There we go. So the rookie, he's not a rookie anymore, obviously, but we drafted him earlier. Kevin Coleman gets in, and the Packers are going to show some fight, though. They do score pretty quickly, so we got to keep the ball in our hands and bleed this clock out like we've done in some other games here. So let's see. They're bringing pressure, and this might pick up a lot more than they would want to see. Oh my gosh, if I had a block on 33, that's going to be housed. Wow, what a great time to run a screenplay. They were not ready for that. So we're already on their side of the field, which is nice. But man, that would have been nice to have housed that. Maybe if I had some better moves. Oh, this might be housed. Yeah, this is housed. This is housed, maybe. Oh, yep, there we go. 14-24. Chase Brown making some big plays right now. And that's going to be a 10-point lead. I'm sure the Packers have themselves a quick score on them. Not this time. Defense gets the stop. And just like that, the Bengals have been brought back to the Super Bowl. This time they actually win it. So, beautiful way to end these videos, as always. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.